Every week, I find myself asking different questions. Some will stay with me for a day, others will stay with me for weeks. This one, it stayed with me for a while. When do you know when you've outgrown your old life? At first, I thought I already knew. I thought the answer was just getting my old life back to work, back to the routine, back to feeling like myself again. Turns out, I was asking the wrong question. In my mind, the plan was simple. Apply for jobs, go on interviews, get another position, get back to my life. That was a simple plan to follow. Except things don't always go according to plan. Welcome to my Unexpected Life Reset, Chapter 2. It was never about going back. When I lost my job 3.5 years ago, I really thought I missed the work. You know, like the meetings, the routine, the paycheck, just certainty knowing that I was going to be somewhere between 9 and 5, and I knew exactly where that was, and I knew exactly what I was going to be doing. Because you get so used to the routine of things that when it changes, you really feel like you're lost. And one thing I never expected was thinking that I was going to try to branch out on my own or start my own thing. My mindset was, I'm going to get another job easily. I got skills that are transferable to any industry, so of course I'm gonna find myself a job. But the more I sat with it, the more I realized it really wasn't the work I missed. I wasn't grieving losing the job. I was grieving losing that certainty, losing the person I thought I was when I had it. Because so many of us are defined by our job titles, our salary. Because when we talk to people, it's the first thing we ask, so what do you do? As if the title and the job you do is truly supposed to define you. And I lived like that for a long time. Like that title and that salary defined me. And when it was gone, I didn't even know who I was. I'm like, who am I without this title? Who am I without the 9 to 5? That was a major shift for me that I'm still in a place where I was trying to figure it out. So in my mind, the plan was simple. Update my resume, apply for jobs, go on interviews, and get another position, and get back to my life. That was the plan. Except that isn't what happened. Weeks turn into months, and months turn into something much longer than I expected. But somewhere along the way, the job search started feeling like something I was doing. It started feeling like something that was just happening to me. Because rejection can do something to you after a while, especially when you've been looking for work for so long. You start asking yourself questions that you never thought you would. And that was my realization.
That realization made me really uncomfortable because it meant I spent 3.5 years chasing something that no longer fit the woman that I'm actually becoming. And when you come to that type of realization, it really puts a lot of things in perspective for you. Because I feel like when we lose something, when we go through any type of major life shift, we're always saying to ourselves, I just want to get back to where I was. I just want to get back to where I was. That's all I said. God, I just want to get back to where I was. I just want to get back on my feet. And then I had to really ask myself some questions, and looking back where I was I really happy there? Was I truly successful? And do I really want that life back? That's the hardest question I think you could ever ask yourself when it comes to starting over, starting something new, or just resetting. Do you really want what you had before? Was such a hard question for me to answer, because that meant that whole time I was trying to get that back, that wasn't really what I wanted. And if I truly look within myself and talk to God and really see what I really want, it's completely different from what I previously had.
So I sat down to ask myself, do I want that life back? And I'm not talking about the paycheck, the security, I know where my money is coming from. Of course, anybody would want those things back. But the actual life, did I really want to wake up every morning, commute to an office, spend 8 or 9 hours working for somebody else, come home tired, wait for the weekend, and repeat that another 10 or 15 years? And if I was completely honest with myself, I didn't know. And that scared me because I didn't want to go back.
And I can honestly say that I really think that that's when my life really started to change. And it's not because suddenly everything got easier for me, because I finally stopped measuring my future against my past on what I used to have, and really started looking at my future as a clean slate, as something new and something that I can truly design as my own. This is my second chapter in life. I am 51 years old. This is my second chapter in life. And I get to have this chapter to myself. I get to have what I want. Girl, I get to be a little selfish this time. That's the strange thing about reinvention or starting over. People love talking about the exciting part, the new beginning, the big dream, the brave decision. But there's a middle part nobody celebrates. That part where the old life doesn't fit anymore and the new one hasn't been built yet. You're just standing there somewhere in between, and that space can feel incredibly uncomfortable. But maybe this chapter isn't asking me to have the entire plan. Maybe it's just asking me to pay attention, to notice what I'm curious about, or what gives me energy, or what people come to me for, or to notice where my experience can become something new, and to stop assuming that because I've never done something before, I can't learn how to do it now. And maybe that's what starting over really is. Not rebuilding what was, not pretending the loss didn't hurt, not convincing yourself that everything happened for a reason before you already believe that. Maybe it's simply making peace with the fact that some things aren't coming back and realizing that doesn't mean nothing good is coming next. Now, I don't know exactly what the next life is going to look like, but for the first time in my life, I'm not trying to make it look like the old one.